past few years, we have not included this. I just wanted to bring it to your attention.
We're on
That's a
the
big
board
no.
again.
Put it on the bulletin board for the
Yeah. Bury it. Where everybody sees
All right.
it.
Okay. So, we have our Fremont Town and Highway Employment Agreement. And part of that is reviewing it every year to see what's been working and what's not. So Tom and Sean, if you guys wanna go through it and make some notes of things that aren't clear, cause I know we've had questions over the last year. Same with all of us, we have till the end of the year if we wanted to kinda get things going. So the one copy with red are additions, the blue are deletions. So, we'll get going and dig into that a little deeper, but we wanted to get that out to you guys. And Sue's been working on moving our email addresses to .gov. Our stny.rr.com is,
The company went out of business
yeah, a while ago.
a while ago. I'm not sure why it's still getting emails through it, but we were having issues with a copier, we couldn't scan to it. And the Spectrum people came in and met with me, and they said that they thought it was the STNY. So I checked Gmail and Yahoo, and you have to pay for that. So .gov we do not. So it takes a little while, but there's only 8 emails that it affects, so.
But it'll be tough, because like our email's tied to a lot of things, so,
Yeah.
just to get
So
everything.
are you
moved
going
on.
to give us new email addresses then?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Because you have to work with the government, so it's gonna be slow.
Supervisor Murray,
Yes,
can you make sure that we're in the loop on that too,
Yes.
as this change?
yeah, and it'll be a little bit, but
Okay.
we'll probably put it on our website, and then we'll announce it in meetings.
So once I get the new emails, I'll go on the website.
We'll probably have it to where our old email will automatically forward for a while,
That'd be great.
just to keep that going. Okay, and then we've talked about ARPA funding the last few meetings. Sue watched another webinar on that. These are just a few ideas to get things going. The application deadline has to be in by 12/31/24. So we have, 2 years to get a
24?
24, to get a plan going. But what they suggested is you get together estimates, you have a public hearing and hear what everyone thinks and vote on what would be the best thing. But an idea, heat pump system for this room, have air conditioning and heating. Insulating the basement, utility bills will reduce so we could rent out to residents year-round for small or no fee. Sue to find a sign for outside the building.
As with the new doors, you don't wanna put all the new stuff back on.
Well, I had looked way back when about getting signed too, I mean, those estimates are,
They're probably
yeah, I'm sure. that-
times
Yeah,
1.5 now.
maybe updated, but
And then,
How much money did we have in that?
I think it's 98,000. But it can be only used for certain things.
If you look in the town topics, in there's an article about the ARPA funds. And it did say, it was dependent, you can base it on what New York State says, not just the federal government. They give you guidelines, they give you four options, which we don't fall in any of those 4, but the state is a little bit more narrowed. So, they're talking update your facilities, which would be this building. And as long as the public benefits, and the public would benefit from not freezing in the winter in here, or, so, it's a thought.
yeah, well, we had a lot of issues in here that we wanted to address, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
So-
we still need a ramp out here? Isn't that in pretty bad shape?
That's kind
some of them that, the ones for commercial that you'd have to use here were in the 40s and 50s.
So that'd be half of that.
Sure.
But we really need to get quotes,
Mhm.
so that when you do have the public hearing, you can tell the public what it's gonna cost for each one.
I guess I would have to say on some of these, I know these are just put out there for references and stuff, but with the, you know, the basement, using it, we've gone through this before about renting it out and all of that. You gotta have somebody to maintain it, you gotta think about all those things too, because if you don't have somebody right here that can open it up, close it up, clean it up, and all those type things, be careful on what you put out there for what you're going to use the space for. Because it may backfire on you.
Well, we did have someone that would come and unlock and and close and clean it. That was the housekeeper. And, you know, as far as.
I understand, but you did it for a while too.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
did it.
and that wasn't fair to you, and that's not your job.
No, it's not my job.
So I'm just saying, we need to be careful on what we put out there. Because everybody's gonna say, oh boy, we're gonna have this big dance hall downstairs, and it isn't gonna happen.
Is there a lock on the door downstairs, upstairs?
Which one?
There is,
Yeah,
so.
Betsy locks it when she has court, so people are downstairs.
Just saying, if we ever did do that, then we could lock up and then they couldn't get up to.
Mhm.
I mean, it would be nice for community.
Yeah, have we, had anybody asking about it?
Oh, I have people asking, but, it's when it's closed.
Mm-hmm,
You know, it's winter, and if it's cold,
yeah,
you know, it's.
well, that was our deal
That was the
anyway.
big
Yeah.
problem, yeah. But, yeah, I still have
If
people
he's doing
asking.
the doors downstairs then, or what, they was working quick, no, that should be included in it too then, or are you?
Okay, I had a few things added. The special recognition plaque. The town board has established a memorial plaque in recognition of town residents that have served in the town of Fremont. This recognition will begin for deceased individuals that passed in or after 2021. The plaque will be updated once a year. If you want to submit someone's service to the town board, please complete the attached form and send it to the town clerk. Any questions, you can contact the town clerk.
That's what I was gonna put on the website.
Does that sound okay?
And I will be putting the rabies clinic
Mhm.
on Facebook and the website.
I was down in the basement, and when you flush the toilet, the water pump is hammering pretty hard. So I'm wondering if the pressure tank is going bad.
Did not know.
It gets kicking on, kicking out, kicking on, kicking out.
Oh, was it regular?
It might be the pressure pump itself.
Yeah.
I don't know. We had to replace our pressure pump this year, or last year it was. You name, we had to replace everything last year. Washer, dryer, stove, I mean, because we had to. I mean, oh my God.
So if we can get someone,
Do you want, I was just gonna say, you wanna get somebody to look at it?
It's a plain
so
nightmare
let's
at my
make a
house.
resolution to, how do you wanna, get a plumber?
It's okay to contact the plumber.
Okay. Do we even need a resolution for that?
I would
It's
imagine
kind of
we
an
need to.
emergency thing.
Might as well do it right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have a plumber you've used in the past?
Not for here.
I think I need to down horn now. I just forget his name.
There's a couple.
I'll think of it, and I'll send it to you.
Okay.
We just need one, or,
Pardon?
we just need one, or do we have to have quotes and all that?
We just need one.
One. Just tell us if it's bad or
Okay.
good or ugly.
Okay.
Good, bad, and ugly.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Oh,
All right, and then Tom, you mentioned excavator.
Yeah,
Go ahead with it.
well, you guys got the quote, I don't have it in front of me, I put one up by Carol's and Dean didn't have one, I think it was 274. We had talked at with the accountant about using that 98,000. Right now, the town would save 14,000, because this is last year's model. Gives you the option of a 3-year warranty or a 5-year warranty. The one we've got now has got more leaks, I mean, it's just leaking everywhere. It's on its way out. We could maybe get 15 or 20,000 on auction with it. So if we, since the truck's not coming now till, I was told definitely 2024, the 136 on the chips is available, along with the 98. And then the trade-in, I think it'd be, I don't have the numbers in front of me, 20-something short if you decided to go that route. You could either take that out of chips next year or out of the equipment fund.
You say the one we got now is leaking?
It's leaking everywhere.
Oil, water,
Oil.
everything?
Everything.
Yeah. It's a 2001, it's seen better days.
Can we
We've
fix
had
it?
issues with it nonstop this year.
Can we get it fixed?
There's no fixing that thing.
We even had a hard time getting parts for it. The last part they were almost unable to get anywhere in the United States. It's outdated.
What kind is it?
Volvo.
You look at the manual, it just got sticky notes, it seems like on every page, from stuff that he's been fixing it for years, so. Just a thought. And that would come with the brush hog too.
So the 3-year, 3,000-hour warranty is free as far as?
Yes,
part of
Yeah.
it comes with it.
So
The
for
9,500 is the extra 2 years.
2 years and 1,000 hours. How many hours a year do you put on it, do you think?
I'd say.
So it probably would run the whole 5 years if we did that. I wonder if he even needs it for an extra 2 years, $10,000, and want to save the money. I mean, even if you are considering.
Why are they charging $1,000 to train you guys?
I guess the electronics in it, he said it's got a lot of updated stuff.
And $2,000 to inspect it before they deliver it here?
Yeah, that seems like that should be done.
Well, we can talk about that, or I got his number, you could actually probably call him now if you had questions about that.
And then the freight to dealer, isn't it already there?
Yeah, they've got it in well, I don't know where exactly it is.
Well, that's eventually, somebody had to deliver it to them
That's
at
the
one
mission
time.
change.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
I can see freight to customer, not to.
Yeah, that's $500 is all, either.
Seems like there's room to dicker.
Yeah.
Nothing out on the market refurbished that's.
Well, you can't use chips on anything refurbished, it's gotta be new for chips.
It's a priority for that.
So can we get something in writing from Mac stating that
What's that?
It's a priority for
it will be 2024?
That's-
I called him the other day, I can ask him to send an email.
Yeah, can you get-
And then do you have a list of what roads you have to do next year for chips?
No.
And maybe an approximation on what that would cost?
Well, it doesn't matter, the chips isn't gonna be used unless we get the New York pay winter recovery, and like this year they had the added POP money, so the chips is already spoken for next year for the truck, but since it wasn't getting delivered, we'd either roll it over or,
But that's 2022 chips, the $136
yeah,
that we have to spend.
yeah, you have to spend it next year, so you have to, if you didn't decide to go with the excavator, we'd just send the payment
To Mac.
to Mac on the truck.
Now, have you looked into the mower on a tractor, going that route?
No, that tractor, that leaks a lot too.
And
No,
it's
but-
not big enough.
Replacing the tractor?
Yeah, you're only gonna do so much with that thing, with excavator, you can reach up all these roads, the branches up high there, they're all hanging over. All you're gonna be able to do is the roadside with the tractor. With that, you can reach over guide rail,
That would cut 4 people working all summer and trying to cut, trim, demolish. Some of these roads are so overgrown, it's nuts. That would help drastically.
What is the priority flow kit?
That is for if you are going uphill and you are trying to swing uphill as you're doing ditching, it won't go uphill. You'll have to always go downhill to do it, because it doesn't have enough flow. So they put that in there so you can ditch going uphill. And it's extra for the mower deck.
Well, we definitely need something stating that we won't have to pay for the Mac next year.
you know, call them tomorrow.
But then we need kind of a 2-year plan of your roads. This is a lot of money.
But if that falls apart on us next year,
Yeah.
we're done. If it makes it through this year.
Can you get the mower at a later time?
You probably could, but you know how it is, once you get it, you try and get the mower at a later time, I don't know. The odds are the board's not gonna wanna do it at a later date. I mean, if you've got the CHIPS money available and.
Besides that, the price is probably gonna double by next year anyway.
Yeah, everything's going up. That 14,000 is just stuff that it went up this year.
Well,
I think until we have concrete answers on all of that, we better hold.
yeah. And spending the ARPA money, we gotta have a major green light from the state, that that's what you can spend it on. Yeah, it is. Have you looked at any other models from anywhere else?
No, this is the one under the state bid, so.
And already built. Looking at up to 2 years to have one built.
Do you really think you need training on it? I mean, as far as charging us $1,000 for your training? I mean, get in there, pull the levers, you kind of figure out whatever you
Well,
got.
yeah, that's self-explanatory.
Yeah.
He
pretty
said the
much.
newer one's got more electronics, so that's all we know.
I would think that would just be a customary thing. If you're buying the thing, he's gonna,
Yeah, it should be.
Have them
Sure.
train you, just take $1,000 off.
Yeah. Well, let's table that. And then, Tom, what'd you say about, MEO?
We need to advertise for a full-time MEO.
Did you announce or tell the board that Dan quit?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Dan quit.
Pass it on.
Yeah. You heard that, didn't you?
What date did he quit?
August 22nd.
What you guys do, working too hard?
Yeah.
He's a good kid. He just wanted to go back to farming.
Yeah.
All right, so we need a resolution to put an ad in the shopper for, MEO.
So move.
Roll call?
Supervisor Murray,
Aye.
Councilman Smith,
Aye.
Councilman Kiefer,
Aye.
Councilman Candy.
Aye.
4 ayes, 0 nays, and 0 abstain.
And then I'll just skip ahead. The Surview Shred Day is Saturday, October 1st in Hornell, 9 to 12. That's free for anyone that wants to go down and shred things.
Where is it gonna be?
It's at the Surview Bank in Hornell.
Surview Credit Union, down off Taylor Street. Pardon?
Down